Hey everyone, I don't know what is going to come out of my mouth because I'm feeling a bit upset and emotional, and I know that it's over something really petty. But it's just that there is someone that I was talking to. I'm not going to say who it is because that's just petty. There was someone who I was talking to about, vegetarianism, essentially. I mean, obviously from a vegan perspective, but they were talking about vegetarianism and how they thought it was just bullshit. And this is in like a public forum, they're talking about this. When I spoke to them privately and gave them, a bit of information, they said, look, here's the truth. I think you guys are right, but I don't care. And also, this issue is confusing for me for personal reasons. This person has family involved with hunting, family who works in slaughterhouses, that kind of stuff, So I understand. I really do. I understand that. Just from a personal level, my parents, a couple of years ago, moved out to the country. And they live next door to some like real country folk. Like my parents are city people originally. And they eat meat, right? So what they decided was they went halves with the person across the road. They do this every 6 months. They buy a heifer. And I don't know how old the heifer is when they buy it, probably about 6 months old. They let them live in the pasture for about another 6 months, and then they send the animal off, which they have been feeding and watching the dogs play with and looking in the eyes. They send it off to become chops and sausages. Now, for me, from where I'm at, sorry, long day at work. It makes me feel sick. It really does. It just gives me that sort of feeling, that gut feeling. It's an emotional response. It just makes me feel a bit bleh. So I understand, if someone's got a lot of family who works in those industries, they might want to keep their mental framework where it's at, in a sense. But if they're already saying that we're right and they only do what they do for their personal preference reasons, then I guess they've already acknowledged it to themselves on some level. Yes. So after having this conversation, they then again espouse the exact same sentiments in a public forum again. And I don't know why. I just, thought this person was better than that. And it upsets me. Now, I don't know. I'm probably holding people to too high a standard. There's certain things that I want to believe about humanity that perhaps aren't founded on fact. I don't know. And all this stuff with the vegetarians over the Onision thing, just boggles my mind. The links that people will go to. I mean, you can go on videos and you can see farmers talking about how they do send the calves for veal and explaining why this is a necessity. It wouldn't really take that much hunting around for these vegetarians to see that. And yet, they turn a blind eye to it, and they believe, for some reason, that's not... I've done a lot of research on this. I've not found one website anywhere where people are saying that they send the dairy bulls to go live on a happy fun farm to live out the rest of their lives. They're killed. It's a fact. It really is. It's just a fact. But for their own interests, for their own reasons, they just discount it. I'm an insane person when I present a fact. It just boggles my mind. And these are people who will have a go at meat eaters for causing death to animals for food, and then they do the same thing. Just the lack of any sort of maturity or willingness to take responsibility for your own actions is just astounding. You know, it's kind of, you know, I guess you could draw parallels with the whole happy meat movement. You know, with the people who eat meat from organic free-range farms, and they feel perfectly fine with that. But the difference is that those people believe it is okay to kill animals for food. Those people, that's their belief. They believe it's fine as long as you are not overtly cruel to the animal before it is slaughtered. That's something I understand. But being someone who thinks it's wrong to kill animals for food, and then when it's pointed out that animals are killed for dairy and eggs and that organic has nothing to do with it, they just have no idea, and they don't want to have an idea. They have no idea on purpose. I don't understand this having no idea on purpose thing. I don't understand it. I really had thought, call me an idealist, maybe it's true, but I really had thought that people who are vegetarians, ethical vegetarians, passionate ethical vegetarians, I had thought that really it was just that they didn't know, that no one had presented the information for them. But it seems it doesn't matter if you present the information. They don't want the information. They prefer their imaginary version of the world. And it's strangely enough, this has made me think about my religious views, as unrelated as it might seem. Because the vegetarian thing made me see how believing untruths causes harm to animals. I mean, I already knew that because I believed untruths, and that's why I was not vegan. But it sort of just brought it home to me. And then I was on a site called whatstheharm.com, which is about how believing in unscientific, unproven things causes harm to people. Now, I know, and you know, even an atheist that I'm good friends with on here, Yopic, Jasmine, you know, she said to me, look, you know, your views are very unlikely to cause any harm. But it's starting to seem like one big continuum of, you know, just like believing bullshit, self-serving bullshit, how much harm it causes. So I don't know, it might all just be completely irrelevant. But I don't know. Go check the site out, you know, see what you think. I'd love to hear other people's opinions. That'd be very interesting. And I'm sorry for being such a downer. I'm pretty, you know, sort of stressed out and a bit bummed out at the moment, probably because I'm challenging all my views, and that's always a difficult time to go through. And then I was already dealing with some shit, as a lot of you would know. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a bit pissed off at the moment, but I don't know, I still have hope in humanity, regardless of everything that shows me otherwise. I'm an idealist, and therefore I believe that humanity has an almost infinite potential for good, if only we would choose it. So there you go. There's your happy thought to end on. See ya.